because to F around is to find out. To not find out upon having F'd around is to have grace extended to you.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. So good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's episode of FAFO,
all these evangelical men claiming to care about life until they get their mistress pregnant. Meet Jason Miller here. Yeah, I know. They all look like that. Jason here worked for Trump as a campaign manager. And Jason got his mistress pregnant. And of course, Jason, an alt-right evangelical Christian, showed up at his mistress's apartment with a smoothie. How sweet. Only it was laced with mifepristone. You know, the abortion pill. Rather than keeping it in his pants and honoring his vows, Jason had an affair and got her knocked up. But when she didn't want to have an abortion, he decided to take matters into his own hands. And the mistress known as Jane Doe drank the smoothie, and it induced an abortion. She bled so heavily she almost ended up in a coma, and yes, lost the child. But of course, that's not where it ends. I mean, he's a Trump aide. So of course he's being accused of rape, trafficking, battery, and abuse. Because, you know, these evangelical types who claim to care about life, but really they just want to force people to give birth, unless those people are their mistresses, and it'll make them look bad, in which case they have no problem ending a fucking pregnancy.
for God's sake, why do some men find it so difficult to stand by what they preach? If you know that you're not somebody that can hold yourself, if you know you're not somebody that is in this line, stop going to that line. Stop showing people what you are not. I think that's what he's playing out here. Now, he has to go to a court case, through all the court case, just because he couldn't hold himself. And he wanted to look like the good guy out there. Meanwhile, okay.
So after I made that anti-Trump post that went super viral, my DMs were full of racist white people calling me the N-words, making all kind of threats. My email was flooded, but there was one in particular. It was paragraph upon paragraph upon paragraph explicitly stating what it was he would like to do to me and my children. Says I absolutely do not waste my time with the police when it comes to hate crimes. Sent it right on over to FBI.gov. He was forced to remove all of his social media. He lost his job, and he is now facing hate crime charges. Girl, but the craziest, most laughable part about all of it is his wife and kids emailing me, begging me to drop the charges. He's been having a rough time in his mental capacity and blah, blah. Bitch, bye. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
So he didn't think about his mental health before he came trolling you in the DM. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And now his family has to pay for what they don't know about. Somebody just being a keypad warrior at the back, you're typing because you want to make noise. And all of a sudden, your family had to come beg for you. Oh, why are men like this? Now the wife is, there begging. But when you were about to type that thing, you didn't think about your family. You didn't think you have a family that will be worried sick about you.
Yesterday I went to Friendsgiving with a couple of my guy friends and people that they went to high school with, and there was this big conversation happening about the war on social media between men and women right now that was like partially fueled by the election and partially started by this women in male fields trend. And this guy was like, well, what would you all do if there weren't men? You wouldn't have anyone to protect you. And I was like, what do you mean, protect us from what? And he was like, when you're like walking home at night, like from the bar, or like walking to a car or something like that. And I was like, right, protect us from who? And he was like, oh. The next question was like, well, what if men posted, I hate women, as much as women posted, we hate men? And this girl goes, men don't typically post, I hate women. What they do is they murder them, or they sexually assault them, or they pass legislature to, order away their body autonomy, or they pay them less, or require more work out of them, or pose ridiculous hypothetical scenarios.
You really need to be careful of such friends because, no, you need to be careful of them. They are the ones you need to be protected from, because for him to ask such question, why don't you shoot your shot, go straight to the point? What are you saying? You're saying, oh, don't you need protect? Excuse you? Okay.
A few days ago, some guy came into my comment section and told me to stop talking politics and go back to making spreadsheets. So I decided to make a spreadsheet about that guy. It was really easy because he had the same username on TikTok that he does on Reddit, and he posts on Reddit a lot. So I went through some of his most recent comments and made a chart of every single time he fundamentally misunderstood what a tariff was. That was a solid 100%, way to be consistent. Then I went to go see which subreddits he was the most active in, which were either about like cryptocurrency or rating pics of women or roasting pics of women or posting the same ad on Tradwife Personals for the last 4 years consistently every week. And then I went back far enough that I found his real name and I looked him up, and he's married, so I sent screenshots of his Tradwife Personals ads to his wife. And we've been chatting, and now she's my mutual on TikTok. What's up, Lulu? Good luck in your divorce.
Social experiment for the women. Who else woke up between 2 and 4 a.m. the morning after the election, right as they were announcing basically that he won, and woke up with this, like, at first I thought it was just this like despair, like I already knew what happened. It wasn't like the doom of knowing Trump was president. That was there for sure, but there was just this energy shift. I swear to God, I asked myself, where am I? What world am I in? And not like in the way where you're having a bad life experience and you're like, am I in a dream? What's actually happening? Like, this was legit. And every single friend I have talked to who isn't a crusty, dusty Trump supporter, just kidding, I don't have any of those friends, had the weirdest feeling and was like, don't look at my phone, don't look at my phone. And they did. It felt like a timeline shift. It was so bizarre. And it just, I'm not saying this to be delusional or to like give myself false hope, but it just felt temporary. I don't know how to explain it. It just felt like, here's the lesson we're going to look at. It feels like we're being experimented on in another timeline. And I fucking hope it's the shortest experiment of all time. But it's weird. Are we witches? Yes, obviously. Clearly, that was our first call to the coven, and we need to gather.
Maybe the healthcare industry is starting to learn what FAFO means. Yesterday was a really interesting day for Anthem Blue Cross. They got their ass handed to them on social media from everybody about their ridiculous and stupid and dangerous policy about anesthesia. Anthem wanted to decide how long a surgery should take and how much anesthesia would go along with that surgery, and if the surgery, God forbid, ran over, they would no longer pay for any more anesthesia. You could still have the surgery, you could still be done and have it to completion, but any anesthesia after a certain mark deemed by them would be out of your pocket, which is absolutely crazy. So they reversed their decision after the board of anesthesiologists said, this is incredibly insane, what is wrong with you people? After millions of people came on social media like TikTok here and just blew up their spot. Or maybe it was after the CEO of United Healthcare got pew-pewed. I don't know. But maybe if we continue with outing companies doing horrible things and make them feel like their lives are on the line like ours are every day under their care, maybe we'll get somewhere.
This healthcare thing is getting out of hand, and healthcare is one thing that people shouldn't even play with. Your insurance is something that shouldn't be played with. I don't know why most of these people go into business and decide to be the weapon fashioned against the next person. Well, yeah, you guys let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, right? From everything that I've heard from these ladies, everybody have said. Let's know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'll be here to read from you, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Please do subscribe and do give this video a thumbs up. Bye, guys.